An additional $18 billion in government-backed fixed-rate loans are being made available starting today, with lower-priced home buyers taking priority. Authorities have uncovered 10 years' worth of documents, evidence in the investigation into Ilkwang Group Chairman Lee Kyu-tae for defense industry corruption. And the Inter-American Development Bank's annual meeting with the Inter-American Investment Corporation concluded on Sunday in Busan. Hello and welcome to News Today on KBS World. It's Monday, March 30th. I'm Luke Clary. Starting today, the government will provide an additional $18 billion to meet growing demands for new government-backed fixed-rate mortgage loans. If the loans run out before fulfilling all refinancing needs, borrowers with lower-priced homes will have priority.
More than $18 billion will be provided for the new amortized fixed-rate mortgage loans. Loan applications will be received in 16 banks between March 30th and April 3rd. But unlike the first round of mortgage refinancing, this time the loans will be given out to lower-priced homes first. When loan applications amount to more than the earmarked $18 billion, owners of expensive homes will be disqualified, even if they have applied early.
저소득 계층에 우선 공급한다는 취지로 소규모 주택에 우선권을 주는 한편, 선착순에 따른 창구 혼란과 고객의 불편을 해소하기 위함입니다.
Financial authorities made it clear that no more refinancing will take place because there's only so much money to loan out, and that it would be difficult to extend the program to the secondary financial industry. Nonetheless, more support will be provided to homeowners to choose from other low-interest home financing products. As more money became available for the new mortgage loan program, homeowners who could not get loans the first time are feeling more at ease. However, more people are likely to complain about this policy measure, benefiting only a certain segment of the population.
Authorities have uncovered 10 years' worth of classified documents hidden in containers and weighing in at over a ton, all regarding South Korea's defense acquisition programs. They were put there by Ilkwang Group Chairman Lee Kyu-tae, who's being investigated for allegations of defense industry corruption.
This container rental firm is located at the foot of Mount Dobong in Gyeonggi Province. Hundreds of containers are lined up along an 8-lane motorway. Inside the containers are more than a ton of secret documents on Korea's weapons purchases from Russia and the Air Force electronic warfare training equipment. Chairman Lee Kyu-tae was recently detained for inflating the prices of the equipment and raising slush funds. Some of the documents are at least 10 years old, while others were drawn recently. Investigators first learned about the containers when they found clues to Lee's so-called secret archives while raiding the Ilkwang Group's offices on March 25th. Lee created a secret room right next to his office. A code is required to enter the room, which is accessed by pushing a bookshelf. It was even found to be equipped with security cameras. Upon discovering the disappearance of classified documents from the room, investigators interrogated Lee's security staff and finally found the containers. The investigators plan to indict Lee with physical arrest as early as Monday and expand the probe after analyzing the discovered documents.
The Inter-American Development Bank's annual meeting with the Inter-American Investment Corporation concluded on Sunday in Busan. The Korean government hopes to stir up greater interest in Latin America here in Korea and throughout Asia.
It was the most productive meeting in the 56-year history of the Inter-American Development Bank. IDB President Luis Alberto Moreno's sincere gratitude came as the 4-day conference came to a close on Sunday. The Korean government believes that the nation's hosting of the annual forum readied the country for a greater presence in the vast Central and South American markets that have a total population of 600 million and $6 trillion in combined GDP.
개발 경험 공유부터 중남미 지역의 인프라 개발까지 아우르는 11억 불 규모의 한중남미 개발 협력 플랜을 마련하였습니다.
Such government support has spurred on private corporations to pioneer new markets as well. During the meeting, roughly 1,100 one-on-one business meetings took place, and some 400 companies from Korea and Latin America met for business consultations. The Korean government expects great gains when Korea's IT and manufacturing technologies are effectively combined with the energy and mineral resources of Central and South America. The conference also served as a chance to spread Hallyu, or the Korean wave, further into the Latin American market through colorful performances and traditional cuisine. South Korea plans to spark a Latin American boom by extending the successful outcomes of the gathering with a visit by President Park Geun-hye to the region in the future.
What could be more frightening than the street below you suddenly giving way, causing accidents and injuries on the city's motorways? Over the weekend, a number of sinkholes were reported throughout Seoul, presumably caused by repair work on aging water pipes.
A 15-ton construction truck is tilted completely on its side. The vehicle fell onto the sidewalk in front of a convenience store, but luckily no one was injured. The accident occurred on Sunday afternoon when the road pavement in front of the Hyundai department store in the Sinchon area of downtown Seoul suddenly sank. As a result, a sinkhole measuring 3 meters long, 1 meter wide, and 1 meter deep was created in the middle of the road. Police believe that the pavement, which had been temporarily covered with asphalt after repairing water pipes, sank under the weight of the vehicle.
임시로 포장된 도로 밑에가 일부분이 비어 있었죠. 그래가지고 그 지반이 약하니까 차가 전도된 상황입니다.
Earlier on Sunday morning, another sinkhole measuring 1 meter long and 30 centimeters deep was found in Seoul's Gangnam area. A motorcyclist and one other person were injured when the motorbike was trapped in the hole. They were transported to a nearby hospital. The Seoul Metropolitan Government believes that the sinkholes occurred because the ground had been washed away by water leaking from pipes which were installed in the 1970s.
One soldier has been arrested and charged with the persistent abuse and sexual harassment of a colleague in the Korean Air Force. However, the entire Air Force is facing scrutiny for being unaware of the constant abuse the victim suffered at the hands of his fellow soldiers.
The victimized Corporal Jung was assessed as a Grade B soldier who needs special attention after he complained of being beaten up by his senior unit members and of personal illness last July. Grade B soldiers are subject to focused supervision. Corporal Jung had even undergone psychiatric therapy 2 months later. But he was again beaten and sexually harassed for the next 3 months, this time by fellow soldiers, for reporting what had happened to him. It turned out, however, the Air Force was completely unaware of the incident and had, in essence, neglected a soldier of interest who required constant supervision. The Air Force claimed that it was unaware of the subsequent abuse because Chung did not report the assault. However, it turned out that Corporal Jung had reported the abuse to the military on January 8th, but the Air Force did not take any follow-up measures. Chung was again beaten and sexually harassed 3 days after he had reported the incident to the authorities. The Air Force belatedly realized the gravity of the situation and charged the lead abuser after isolating Corporal Jung and investigating the entire unit. 2 other soldiers who allegedly took part in the assault will also be penalized at an upcoming disciplinary hearing.
The latest edition of the KBS Music Bank World Tour was filmed in Hanoi, Vietnam. Here's a look at how the Vietnamese fans welcome their favorite K-pop singers.
An outdoor performance venue is packed with a capacity crowd of K-pop fans. They sing along with their favorite artists with all their might. The audience cheers every move of the performers in unison. More than 500,000 ardent Vietnamese fans gathered to see EXO, A-Pink, GOT7, and other K-pop stars.
Được gặp trực tiếp idol đây em thấy rất là vui ạ. Em rất yêu chương trình Meeting này nên em đến concert em với các nhóm thể đến trong chương em ạ.
The singers repaid their fans for their support by performing a popular Vietnamese song. The popularity of K-pop reflects Korea's status as the #1 foreign investor in Vietnam.
베테랑 팬 여러분들의 열기에 일단 깜짝 놀랐고 이 열기에 힘받아서 저희 엑소도 그리고 많은 가수분들도 힘내서 열심히 무대했던 것 같습니다.
The KBS Music Bank World Tour, which began in 2011 in Tokyo, has been held 9 times so far. An exhibition of products made by small and mid-sized Korean firms was also held outside of the performance venue, drawing scores of young Vietnamese customers.
Tree and seedling markets have opened with the arrival of spring. Weekenders enjoyed the warm weather at a seedling festival held in Okcheon, North Chungcheong Province. Here's the story.
From flower trees to fruit trees, a wide variety of seedlings that overcame the bitter winter cold testified to the arrival of spring. With the nation's Arbor Day 7 days away, a seedling market is full of people who are looking for new additions to their gardens.
감나무는 한 1m 정도 키워서 거기서 잘라서요. 그러면 다리 걷게. 네.
The customer listens carefully to the seller's tips.
집 주위에 이제 봄이 되니까 예쁜 꽃나무도 심고 그리고 또 엄마랑 또 나들이도 하고.
Children have a chance to learn about nature through the visit to the seedling market with their parents.
묘목도 보고 꽃도 보고 이제 애들한테 이제 같이 묘목도 심으면서 좀 추억을 남겨주고 싶어서 왔거든요. 날씨도 참 좋고 애기들한테 좋은 추억이 될 것 같습니다.
A long line formed at the site where seedlings are given out for free. 2,000 seedlings ran out after a short period of time. The arrival of spring has been confirmed at seedling markets, which are filled with the fresh energy of the new season.
In our society, there are people who don't get the spotlight but do their best to fulfill their critical responsibilities. At the opera, there are many doing their part behind the scenes, like the opera coaches that we'll introduce to you today.
Opera is an art form that combines vocals of the highest level and orchestral music. But during the months of training that precede an onstage performance, a piano stands in for a full orchestra. The pianists are called opera coaches. The opera coaches provide musical instruction to each singer.
이 아리아 자체에서도 그런 마음이 좀 나왔으면 하는 생각이 들어요.
가장 필요한 직업이죠. 오페라에서 오페라 코치를 빼면 붕어빵에 그 팥을 빼는 거랑 똑같다고 보시면 됩니다.
The piano must provide the sounds of various instruments to simulate orchestral accompaniment. As the job requires such a high level of expertise, there are only about 10 opera coaches in all of South Korea.
서운했다면은 안 했었겠죠. 네, 근데 그런 건 없는 것 같아요. 그 사람이 저의 음악을, 그 성악가가 저의 음악을 얘기해주고 있잖아요.
Although they don't receive the limelight on the stage, opera coaches play a key role behind the curtains.
Compotes, which are in many ways similar to jams, have been popular in Europe for a long time. In comparison with jams, compotes are made with whole fruits and contain less sugar, making them a healthier option for many. Here's more.
Fruit jams are usually made to preserve fresh fruit for a long time. But for people who need to limit their sugar consumption, jams can pose health risks because they contain so much sugar. Compotes are a healthier alternative to conventional jams. They're made with whole fruits and much less sugar. Compotes have been a popular dessert in France and other European countries for a long time. In French, the word compote translates to a mixture of fruit and sugar syrup.
설탕을 아주 조그만하게 뿌렸으니까 사과맛 그대로 나고 보이죠? 카라멜이 생겨서 조금 더 달달한 것 같아요.
So what's the difference between a jam and a compote?
콤포트는 잼에 비해서 설탕량을 적게 넣어서도 만들 수 있기 때문에 좀 건강하게 즐기실 수 있고요. 과육도 잼보다는 더 살아있는 상태라 과육 본연의 맛이나 향이 살아있어서 더 맛있게 즐기실 수 있습니다.
Jams are firmer than compotes and consist of mashed fruit pieces. Compotes are thinner and consist of fruit chunks. Jams contain 5 times as much sugar as compotes. Here's how to make a compote. Remove the stems from your strawberries and chop them into small pieces. Put the strawberries in a pan and add sugar at the ratio of 5:1.
나중에 식었을 때 단단해지는 걸 감안해서 조금 덜 됐다 싶을 적에 불을 끄시는 게 포인트예요.
When the strawberry juices boil down to some extent, cool the compote at room temperature. Now it's ready. You can also make a pear compote. All you need is some white wine, sugar, and a vanilla bean. Pour the white wine and sugar in a pan and add the pear, lemon, and vanilla bean. Boil for about 15 minutes to keep the fruit crunchy. Strawberry compotes taste good with yogurt. Pear compotes can be enjoyed as a gentle and fragrant tea by mixing them with some hot water. Compotes are a healthy and delicious dessert that can be enjoyed by the entire family.
Now let's take a look at the markets, followed by the world weather. And that's it for this edition of News Today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again at the same time tomorrow. Goodbye.